Alright, so a documentary has been uploaded about EDP445 by the YouTuber Mike Klum. And this documentary is longer than 1 hour 34 minutes. And it's titled The Sick Mind of EDP445, official documentary. And it goes into a lot of detail. So now let's take a look at a clip from that documentary.
I mean, let's be fucking real. Like, like people, guys, they think about, fucking the shit out of a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. Oh man, that bitch walking down the street, she's in high school, she's hot as fuck. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, my shit gets put out there. You feel me? But let's not get the game fucked up. Just because I think a certain way doesn't mean other people don't think the same way that I think. Motherfuckers just don't know who you are, and your fucking ass just ain't getting exposed on the internet. You know what I mean?
Every day, there's a new person that gets exposed for some type of sexual contact with a minor. Whenever it happens, we're all like, oh, what was he thinking? Why would he do that? But you never hear why. They never say why. They don't say anything, or they disappear, or they act like it didn't happen. And so as uncomfortable and fucked up as this documentary is, it actually answers that question.
Like, he went to that place to have sex with a 13-year-old.
Definitely viewer discretion is advised. Dude's a perverted dude.
He sent me videos of him masturbating.
So what advice would I give to EDP445? And I'm sure you're going to be watching, sir, and I would tell you this if you were in my office. You need to stop doing this documentary.
Alright, so yeah, right off the bat, that was just incredibly horrible. Just really, really nasty stuff that he just said right there. Dude, I mean, right at the beginning of that clip, he said that he thinks that, like, most guys want to get involved with, like, a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old. Like, dude, what is wrong with this guy? That is not the case. It's just absolutely insane that, like, this is how this guy thinks, right? Like, in his mind, he doesn't even think of himself as this, like, really bad guy, or this, like, person who's, like, deviated from, like, what a normal person is supposed to be like. Instead, he's, like, trying to make this argument that, oh, actually, I'm actually not that different from, like, the average guy. It's like, yes, you are, actually. This is not normal behavior. Regular dudes who are, 18 and above, right? Like, if we're talking about, like, a man, right, which is legally defined as someone who's a 18 and above male, a regular man, even like a young man, is into women, bro. Right? Like a female who's 18 and above, she's considered a young woman, but still a woman. And, a dude who's like 18 and above, he's considered a young man, but still a man, right? Now, I'm saying this, like, for people who are, like, in their, like, 20s and stuff like that. And so it's like, dude, what are you even talking about? It's absolutely insane what world this guy lives in his own mind. And also, later on in the clip, you had Charlie, aka Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero, who was talking about how this dude, EDP445, went to a place to, let's just say, get involved with a 13-year-old, which is just absolutely insane. And then you also had that person saying that EDP sent her inappropriate content of himself. So yeah, the whole thing was just absolutely insane. And keep in mind, this is basically just the beginning of this documentary. Now, real quick, I'd just like to say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment, "I subscribed." If you do that, then in the next video, I'll give you a shoutout. And as for this video's shoutout, I want to give out a shoutout to this person, Joshua Rosmelin. Thank you so much for subscribing, I really appreciate it. Now anyway, back to the video. Alright, so now let's take a look at another clip from that documentary by Mike Klum. So let's check this out.
Why do you think you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old?
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old is already fucking clear. Fucking a bitch's innocence away, you know?
Is EDP445 a pedophile? Yes, I believe he is.
I don't give a fuck if you're a minor. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well, she's just a girl. You can't be doing that shit. Bitch, you gotta die.
It's just, the dude is a monster. Like, an actual, straight-up, honest-to-God monster. And
this is one of those moments in YouTube history where everybody saw this.
445 situation.
And now this? With a 15-year-old girl?
He doesn't care that he keeps on committing crime.
I mean, you don't give a fuck how old she is. You just trying to get your fucking nut in.
13-year-olds. 14-year-olds.
Oh, well, he was talking to 13 and 12-year-olds. Fuck all that.
But now you're going to tell me the next documentary Mike Klum's going to do is this guy EDP.
Ain't that pussy 445? Am I a pedophile? Fuck no. You're giving me a 13-year-old. I want to take full responsibility for my actions and for words. You know, 2 years ago you were caught kissing my ass. And
Alright, so as you just saw right there, some really disturbing stuff, you know. EDP445 very clearly just doesn't care about what he did, you know. He really doesn't care. He's not showing any remorse, really. He's not sorry for it. He's not apologizing. It almost feels like he's kind of doubling down in many ways, right? Like, of course, even if he said sorry, like, it doesn't change what he did, sure, but at the very least, that would be kind of like his attempt at least trying to be forgiven or something, right? Like, at least it would be him attempting it. I don't think it would have worked even if he did do that. But the thing is that he wasn't even showing remorse. Like, he was just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like, dude, are you kidding me? So like, you don't even feel bad about it. It's just absolutely insane. Like, this guy's actually crazy. And yeah, you know, I'm just glad that this guy got exposed for all this stuff, because now everybody knows, you know. Although at the same time, like, the way that all of this was handled made it so that he didn't actually end up getting arrested, so he's still a free man. So the thing is that people do know what he's like, but, you know, legally speaking, yeah, he's in the clear. And so now let's take a look at another clip from that documentary by Mike Klum. So let's check this out.
all right. So, again, so what brings you out here today?
well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
So I'm about 45 minutes to an hour out of Vegas, so I should be getting in about an hour, and we should probably get there and we can get set up and start filming. But just wanted to make sure you're all good.
Around 6-7 months later.
Correct.
Where's your head at? What's life like?
Life right now is pretty great. I can honestly say I have not talked to a single fucking minor on any social media platforms. I have two great paying, well-loving jobs. You know, my health is, you know, pretty fucked up, but I'm doing whatever I can to try to, you know, take care of myself. And the only thing that we can continue doing is continue to try to push forward, you know.
In this documentary, we show blatant proof and evidence of you committing multiple crimes against children. What do you have to say to that?
Plead the fifth.
Alright, so as you saw right there, EDP is now in a situation where he's working 2 jobs, and at the same time, his health, it seems, is also deteriorating. You know, there was that clip of him coughing. And so, yeah, the thing is that in that sense, it was so strange that he was almost like trying to make it seem like his life is getting better or something. But the thing is that in reality, it's really not. Like, I just don't think that that's the case. And, you know, on the topic of his health, later on in the documentary, there's actually even more details regarding his health. And the thing is that it's actually way worse than you might think, you know, because we just saw a clip of him coughing, but it's definitely way worse than that. And that is something that is shown later on in the documentary. So not in the clips that you saw in this video, but rather, you know, it's later on in the documentary. So the thing is that in terms of his health, yeah, dude, things are pretty bad. But at the same time, I don't think anybody feels bad for this guy, because take a look at what happened at the end of that clip when he was confronted with what he did and asked that, you know, what do you have to say about that? He just said, oh, I plead the fifth. And then he laughed. So the thing is that this guy really does not care, dude. He really, really does not care. He's laughing about the whole thing and like he thinks it's funny. So yeah, man, it's just like an absolutely insane thing. And this is just the beginning of the documentary. You know, I only showed you 3 clips. If you want me to cover the rest of the documentary and make more videos covering that, then let me know that down in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts on this whole thing as well down in the comments below. And also, to not miss out the future videos I make on this documentary, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out my future videos. So yeah, those were my thoughts on the situation. And with all that being said, guys, this is Alexi, signing out.